Good morning, my dear students. Once again, we are here to discuss RDOE worksheet 35 from your chapter Metals and Non-Metals. And today we will discuss about ionic compounds, their physical properties, right? In previous worksheet, we have already done about the ionic compounds. What are ionic compounds? Atoms that gain electron and thus become or have the net negative charge are called anions. So what are anions? Anions are negative charge atom due to the gain of electrons, whereas cations are those atoms which lose their outermost shell electron and become positive charge atoms due to the loss of their or lose of their electrons in from outermost shell, right? So we can say anion tends to non-metals while cations to be a metals. Usually the metals have the tendency to lose their outermost shell electron, and non-metals they gain electron from to become their outermost shell electron complete, or to become the most stable and form their octet complete, right? Ions may refer to a single atom, multiple or complex of group. So ions, what are ions actually? Ions may be referred to as a single atom like single ion, or multiple or complex group of atoms. This is you will study in your higher classes, right? So metals, when they combine with non-metals, they will form metals, and metal will lose their outermost shell electron and non-metal will gain their that electron and become and complete their octet and become a stable compound. Okay, so let's study about the further characteristics. The opposite charge, positive and negative hold together in ionic bond and form ionic compound. The opposite charges like positive charge which a metal has and a negative charge which a non-metal has, right? They held together and form ionic compound. Ionic compound are the compound made up of ions. The loss and the gain of one atom match with the loss or gain of the other atom, and the atom donate one electron to atom that need it, and they form a pair of a language a little bit complex, but I'll take an example where you will clearly understood this how this ionic compound form. I'll tell you. See, we take the ionic compound NaCl. It's a very common example, and you will study in your higher classes the lattice or the structure about the NaCl also. See, we have atomic number of NaCl is 11, and its electronic configuration is 281, right? In outermost it has only one electron, and sodium is what? We are talking about sodium. Sodium is what? It is a metal. Whereas if I take the example of atomic number of chlorine, it is 17. So our electronic configuration is this. It has 7 electrons in its outermost shell. So we can write this sodium. The only outermost shell participate in the reaction or in the formation of compound. So we will take only that because this one electron. Whereas this chlorine, it has 7. We will make a different we will write with a different notation so that we can easily identify 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? This metal will lose this electron and become Na plus, whereas this chlorine, now it gain this, it loses this electron, one electron, and this chlorine gain one electron and form this stable compound called NaCl, right? And this bond is called as ionic bond. Okay, the bond which is formed by the exchange of ions or electron is called as ionic bond, right? So in this way, see, now this it loses this one electron and it has attained the noble gas configuration, that is 2 and 8, and it gains one electron, so it also gain the noble gas configuration and become a stable. To becoming a stable, everybody wants to become stable, so this is the way our compounds, they also want to be stable. So, and they become stable by the gain or the lose of electrons or the exchange of ions, right? This is the way they become stable. And these ionic compounds, they form because of the lose or the gain of electron. This is the way they are, because of this they are very stable compounds, right? So let's move further. We have physical properties of ionic compound, like physical nature. Ionic compounds are solid and are somewhat hard because of strong force of attraction between the positive and negative ions, right? As I told you, they become this ionic compounds become because of the exchange of ions. So the force of attraction between this positive and negative ions are very high, and because of this positive attraction, the bond is formed is very strong. But at the same time, these compounds are brittle. What is the meaning of brittle? Easily broken down. These compounds are easily broken down into the pieces when pressure is applied. Okay, so this is about the physical nature of compound. Let's study about the melting and boiling point. See, ionic compounds have high melting and boiling point. This is because the considerable amount of energy is required to break their strong interionic attraction. Why this melting and boiling point of ionic compounds are high? This is because the force of attraction between the ions, between the particles which form this compound are very high. The force of attraction is very high between the atoms. So to break that, we need high amount of energy. So their melting and boiling point is very high because considerably high amount of energy is required to break that intermolecular force of attraction between ionic compound, right? Solubility. Ionic compounds are generally soluble in water and insoluble in solvent such as kerosene and petrol. They are soluble in water, right? So next we have property that conduction of electricity. Ionic compound, they conduct electricity through a solution involved in the movement of charged particles. Because of the movement of charged particles, charged particle, they conduct electricity. But if they are in solid form, they do not conduct electricity. For the conduction of electricity, the condition is required that the ionic compound, it should be in the molten state, right? So the conduction of electricity through a solution involves the movement of charged particle. Always it moves the charged particle. A solution of ionic compound in the water contain ions which move to the opposite electrode when electricity is passed through the solution. If we take the salt solution, let's say NaCl in water, it is a salt solution. When the salt solution, we take the salt solution, and when electricity is passed through it, the ionic compounds, the ions, they move to the opposite charged particles, right? Means if this NaCl dissociate into Na plus and Cl minus, this NaCl move to the negative electrode and this moves towards positive electrode. This is the right meaning of that. Ionic compound is a solid state, do not conduct electricity. As I told you, they are in solid form, they are in compact form. There hardly the presence of any free ion or electron to conduct electricity, to move and conduct electricity. But in this solid, okay, it's not possible at all for the solid to conduct electricity because of their rigid structure. But ionic compound conduct electricity in its molten state. Okay, as the electrostatic force of attraction between the opposite charged ion are overcome due to the heat. Molten state means what? When we heat this, the force of attraction between the electrostatic force of attraction between the atoms, they uh, these force of attraction can be overcome by the heat, right? The force of attraction between little bit the force of attraction between this ionic compounds change or they loses, so they become in their molten state, they become in the molten form, right? And thus the ion move freely and conduct electricity, and they conduct electricity, right? So see this, this is the ionic, this is the salt solution, this is ionic salt solution, this is we have electrodes, and when we conduct the electricity they are graphite rods, like when we pass the electricity through it, it will broken down and conduct the electricity. So this positively charged particle move towards the negative electrode and negative charged particles move towards the positive electrode, right? See this is the crystal structure of your NaCl compound. Brittle ionic compound, example sodium chloride, which is your stable salt called common salt, magnesium chloride. These are the examples of your brittle ionic compounds, right? And they have given you, no need to learn this, but just for your knowledge they have given you the melting and boiling point of these compounds: sodium chloride, lithium chloride, calcium oxide, and magnesium chloride. This is the structure. Yes, this is the latest structure of your NaCl that you will more you will study about this in higher classes. I'll show you. See this. This is the lattice structure of sodium chloride. This is the arrangement of one crystal of sodium chloride, right? And which is called as lattice. And this is their salt solution. And see this. It's in the solid form like this. When it is in solid form, it is like this. But when it is in the form of salt solution, and it will become in the it will become and broken down. It's this is it's see it's free particles are there. Okay, so NaCl plus Na plus Cl minus. Okay, let's do the practice exercise. See, we have okay, first we have atom that gain an electron and thus obtain a net negative charge. I want the answer from your side. What is the answer of this question? This fill up called what? Anion. An atom that lose electron and thus a net positive charge are called? Yes, very right, cation. Okay, so here it comes anions, here it comes an ion, and here cation, anion and cation. This is the answer. Second question we have ionic compound break when applied simple pressure, when we apply pressure, right? Third, why do ionic compound have high melting point? You can write the answer of this question from here. See, ionic compounds have high melting point because of the amount of energy is required to break a strong interionic attraction. Because of the force of attraction between the ionic compound is very high, and to overcome that we need a large amount of energy to required to break that bond, so their melting and boiling point is very, very high, right? So you can write this is because a considerable amount of energy is required to break this strong interionic attraction, right? This is the answer of this question. Okay, let's move. This is the answer of your third question, right? Let's move further. We have fourth question. Why ionic compound in the solid state do not conduct electricity but are able to do so when they are in the molten state, right? You can write from easily from here. See this. Because of the movement of ion, the solid is not possible due to their rigid structure, but in ionic compound conduct electricity in the molten state as the electrostatic force of attraction between the opposite charge ion and overcome due to the heat. This is the answer of your question. Okay, so you can write in a proper way. Ionic compound in the solid state do not conduct electricity because the movement of ion in the solid state is not possible due to their rigid structure, whereas the ionic compound conduct electricity in the molten state as the electrostatic force of attraction between the opposite charged ion are overcome due to the heat, and thus the ion move freely and conduct electricity, right? So next question we have. Draw and explain with the help of a well-labeled diagram and conduct the electricity of ionic compound. Students, you can easily draw this structure. It's very simple. Draw this structure and write about all this, right? So this is all about your today's worksheet. I hope you understand it very well. And if you really do, like, share with your friends and subscribe the channel. Thank you, bache. Take care. Goodbye.